Yo, oh my god, I'm on the wrong layout again! No! Septimuster! Entirely Sanguine Tila, hope you're all doing well. How's it going? We're in a short stream today. We're gonna do Leo races, and then I'm going back to PowerPoint stuff. Still haven't finished the slides for the November imbalance adjustment video. I need to record it tonight. So hopefully it'll get done. But I'm almost there. I want to say I'm like 75% of the way done with the slides. And then we'll just sit and talk for like an hour and a half and cut out any pauses, and that'll be it. But we have Leo Cup to do. So hopefully Leo Cup goes well today. We went 4-2-5-4 yesterday. 15 out of 20. Hopefully we see better today. If we don't, it's fine. But it would be nice if we win more today. We got 5 stars? Wait, I completely missed that. Been sick the past few days, but I'm doing okay today. Oh, I'm sorry you've been sick. I hope you feel better. I hope you recover soon. I did see Ao's double Sirini pull. That was hype. That's exciting. Alright, first race of the day. Hopefully it goes well. We will see. Po, what's up? Yo! Swift is doing races now, I need to stop. How have your races been going? Maya's rushing. And there's a Summer Maru right on her ass. And we are in the back with our Maru. This is not good for us. This is pretty bad. Except Teo's up kind of far. The problem is the Marus pull ahead of Maya here, and now Teo has to chase down Amaru. It's all on Teo. She hits both the excels. Now it's just a question of if she wins the chase down, and if she has enough stam to actually finish. It's not enough! It's not enough! We get the unique off, but it's too late. We don't pull ahead. That's unfortunate. Unfortunate. Our Marzen's been struggling a lot. She did very well the first day. Yesterday she was not having a great time. And that is not a great showing for her either. Just being at the back of the front pack and then getting passed by Teo before late race even starts. She missed Restless here, which is okay as long as she triggers Maestro still. And she's actually in a good position this time, unlike last race. And it looks like this Marzen either doesn't have groundwork or missed groundwork. She's that far back. There's a grass in second. That's a concern. Maybe. If they have... It doesn't look like they have excels. Well, Marzen wins this one. Unless... That's not enough. It's too late! She triggers the unique so fucking late! Teo! It's the problem that she doesn't have enough on her own to chase down Marzen. Unless she triggers her unique, but the other fronts die off too quickly. So she passes them before the straight and then can't get her unique off. It's a pain in the ass. I just want her to do well. What did this one have? It did have groundwork, but it's missing the third skill. It has the early lead. It must have been the win. Was about to drop Uma because it's kind of too RNG for my liking. That's understandable. I'm glad the balance adjustments have gotten you back, though. I'm excited about the changes coming. I think it'll put the game in a really interesting state. Teo has a late start. And she's rushing. We're up against the Saiyan Sky, who also... No groundwork. In these positions, Marzen should win. It'll be a repeat of last race. Unless this Teo's like the GOAT. This Teo that's in third. Which could be the case. Or we miss angling and scheming. That also is not great. But it looks like she still holds fine. Arteo got blocked in. Yeah, Redshift triggered at least. If we didn't trigger Redshift, that would have been a bit spookier. But I think even if we hadn't, we would still be okay, because the Maya doesn't have an Excel and she's still finished second. Just a weak lobby from the looks of it. Which I hope we get more of. More people with bad builds is nice, because then we get more carrots. Hate it how I keep getting new support cards, including SSRs, instead of the same SR cards. Getting SR limit breaks is so rough, unless they're the cards you already have MLB'd, and then you get a whole bunch of them. Which is what's been happening for me, having every Wit SR finished, and I just only pull Wit SRs. And I can't MLB my speed cards. Which I would really like to MLB like Flash or Sweep, but that's probably asking for a little too much. This is a spooky situation, depending on how strong this Say's mid game is. Because I don't think Marzen with her unique pulls up far enough ahead. Also, that Ogre is so close. Oh god, Maya, it's all on you. This is terrifying. Well, we're gonna lose to Ogre. Unless... Oh, she almost held on. She almost held on. What did this Ogre look like? Okay. That one makes sense. Moral support, Teo. Teo did well yesterday. Teo did very well yesterday. She won 6. She'll do it again today. I believe it. Also, Arzi, congrats on a 19 out of 20. Huge. Sebastian, I'm sorry you feel like Haru Urara. At least that's like, she's always happy. So maybe that is a good thing. Maya missed groundwork. Marzen had a late start. It's a good thing that there are no other frontrunners here, because that is a terrible start for our fronts. Now the concern is that we just don't have a lead built up over the pace chasers. This is looking like a repeat of last race. Not good. Not good at all. It's all on Maya. It looks like the pace chasers don't have excels. Never mind, that's fine. Maya wins with them. Hopefully. Unless this Ogre is gonna overtake. Oh, Maru beat her out. Oh my god. Poor Maya. Well, yeah, no Excel skills. That's really sad that that's as close as it is. Well, it's a 3 win. Not what we wanna see. But it's okay. Jada Blue, what's up? Also, Kevin! Kevin, how's it going? Kevin, you gotta get back on Uma for saving for Maya. How are you gonna pull the Halloween one in like 2.5 years if you don't play now? You've gotta start saving right now. Skipping learning for my science exam for Uma. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. I wish you the best of luck. I hope the exam goes well. I've been, on the topic of studying, I've been studying race mechanic docs today. In the little bit of time that I've had. I said yesterday that I was gonna be more free today. That was not really the case. I was free like an hour before I started stream. So I was looking at race mechanic docs to add more stuff to the slides. So I looked more into spot struggle and dueling and some position keep and pace down stuff that applies to Umastan. I'm not... That was close. I'm not quite sure on my understanding of all the position keep stuff yet. I probably have to look at it again later. That makes sense. That's a good ogre. That was close. That was really close. Unity Cup is tomorrow. Unity Cup is tomorrow. It's crazy. 21 hours from now, we will be Unity Cupping. It's very good, yeah. It's very good if you're not a front runner. Basically, it goes from a skill that right now either doesn't trigger because you're not near enough people, or it triggers in the opening and is wasted because you're still accelerating, to a skill that now has a check for 3 Umas that are near you and has an accumulate time check on it, so it won't trigger in the first 5 seconds. And what that does mean is it triggers still early race, but at a point where normally people are still... This is my vague understanding of it. I have to look at it again, but it triggers at a point early race where everybody is still close enough together that the non-fronts are in pace down because they're too close to the leader. And by triggering a speed skill then, it breaks you out of pace down and just bypasses the pace down checks while the skill is active. And it's a 3-second pace duration, so it's a pretty long speed skill that triggers at a good time. And then the hope is that you have built a lead up over the other people of your running style that are in pace down, and by the time you come out of this skill, hopefully the leader is a bit further away and you don't immediately pace down. Which I was never sure on the mechanic aspect of it, but I know when I was doing CM stuff back in Grand Live when I started the game, and then also again in like Lark when I was actually caring about CMs in League of Heroes, and I would look in the Discord for what skills to buy, everybody would always say get big fan, which is Uma stan. Everybody would always say if you don't have it, you're bad. So I've known that it's good, but I wasn't sure on the specific reasons as to why it was good. And it seems like it's in a early race interaction with the way that pace down mode works and position keep works. Which I will talk about it a bit more and probably a bit more structured once I actually look into it a little bit more, because I'm sure there's a video that explains it probably in a bit more detail. But I was going through, I can show some of the slides, but not all of them. This is what I was doing in the last hour before stream, if I can capture the right window. I was doing this stuff. There's a whole bunch of stuff about balance changes in here, and some formulas and stuff. Still to talk about skills, which this will be where the Uma stan stuff gets talked about as well, but also no stopping me and taking the lead. A bit more too. I don't think I'm gonna spend too much time talking about every skill and like what uniques are good, because then the video will just be too long and I won't finish it. Because if I don't finish it before Unity Cup, it's just not gonna happen, because I'm gonna be playing Unity Cup instead. But I do want to talk about it at the very least. Uma stan, no stopping me, nimble navigator, taking the lead, early lead. Because those are all like general standout skills. And then also probably talk about a few things that are specific to Virgo Cup. So stuff like Mile Maven being better now, Speed Eater being better now, the fact that Shooting for Victory got changed, the fact that it has a downhill now, so the downhill excel skills are usable. So I'll probably talk about those things as well in that section. But that video should hopefully be up tomorrow morning. Hopefully. I think what's gonna happen is I'm just not gonna go to sleep. I'm just not gonna go to sleep until I finish. Because otherwise it's not gonna get done. And it's gonna be extremely lightly edited. I'm just gonna record everything in one take as soon as I finish all the slides, and then just cut out parts where I fumble my English or pause. And then throw music in the background, and that'll be it. So you can treat it like a podcast, throw it up on the side while you do other careers or whatever. But it'll get done. It'll get done. And hopefully it won't take too much longer for the slides to be done. I have to finish. I've been doing I was working on this last night, the stuff for the Umas too, which I have separate pages of notes discussing Uma stuff, and then like little graphics for all their aptitudes and whatever. But I have to actually add the skills for Akebono and Rice and Creek. But I have all the stuff that I want to say about them is all written out in another document. So at least that stuff is done. And then I have to talk about support cards as well, but I think I'm just gonna say none of the banners are worth pulling instead of outside of Rico Rice, and then maybe talk about Biko Bakshin a little bit. And then just say that the other cards exist, but don't pull on them. Because the video's gonna be long by the time we get to the banners anyways, because I'm gonna do this at the end. I'm very interested to see how Runaway ends up playing out. I've been seeing people say a lot of stuff about stamina for Runaway. I don't know what is entirely accurate, because from my understanding, and this could be me misunderstanding things, the big stam issue when it comes to Runaway is from this stuff here when you spot struggle. So the way that spot struggle works is if there are I think I have it on this slide. If there are two front runners or two runaways that are close enough together, so for front runners it's within 3.75 meters and then not too far apart, lane wise, and then for runaways it's within 5 meters, they enter spot struggle, and it can trigger between 150 meters and the end of the 6th section of the course, which this changes based on course length. And what spot struggle does is it gives you a target speed increase that scales based on your gut stat, and the duration for it also scales based on your gut stat. But when you're in this state, you drain a lot more stamina. So for front runners, it's 1.4 times. For runaways, it's 3.5. And then that also amplifies further if you're rushed, where it goes to 7.7 times for runaways. They also have the lower coefficient. I think the coefficient isn't the biggest deal. I think it's this. I think if you have two runaways, the stamina requirement immediately gets so much higher because of this portion. I think if it's just the one runaway, you do need more stam than you would need on any other running style, but it doesn't seem unreachable. Whereas this pushes it to like an unreasonable amount that is not really hittable while still getting your other stats to a good enough spot. Yeah, I think runaway blocker sounds like it'd be interesting. I don't know, it'll be interesting to see what happens when people are trying stuff out in room matches for Vergone. But building a runaway is an ace, especially if there's another runaway in the room. Seems like it's a lot. Because it feels like if there is another runaway and you spot struggle with them, you both just die. See people saying Summer Mario is dead. Well, our Summer Mario here is dead. She did not heal. I think people are overblowing it. I don't think Summer Mario has gotten worse at all. I think you can make the argument that other styles across the board are just more competitive now. so the gap between her and other characters might be smaller, but fronts get a lot of nice stuff from the changes. Early lead and taking the lead, being good, is really good. The navigation skills, giving speed if you can chain lane movement skills at the start, so stuff like dodging danger, prudent positioning, Aoharu wit skill. 2 of those in early race can be extremely strong in terms of gaining lead as well. Yeah, they are on the 11th. On the 11th, they're pushing all of the balance changes that we would have gotten for first anniversary now. So it puts our game in a state where that's disappointing. It puts the game now in a state where we're playing on a version that no other server has, which I think is really interesting. Teo has a late start. Teo's been late starting a lot. It's a good thing she's not a front runner. How are the races going? We are at 7 out of 10 for today so far. Yeah, I think there are more skills you can use to supplement your groundwork now, and also even if you have the greens, you want more of those skills too, just because they're good. I think relying only on them then puts you in a really odd spot when it comes to if you fail a wit check, you kind of just lose everything, and that's very scary. I think the ceiling for fronts is higher than it was before, for sure. I think the way that I have summed up the balance changes in the notes that I have for the video is I think across the board for basically all running styles, the ceiling has gotten higher. The floor for what a good Uma is also has gotten higher, and I think the floor has raised more than the ceiling has. Particularly because we just don't have enough skill points right now, right? There are so many skills now that are useful or good or great, and you can't buy them all because we just don't have the skill points to do that with the scenarios that we're on. And as a result of that, it means that there are a lot more accessible options that you can buy that make your Uma good. And in the situations where you can get a lot of those, then it's even better. But it feels less bad if you're missing key, like if you're missing a few specific skills, I guess, because there are a lot of other skills that are just actually good now. What the hell happened to our Marzen? Did she have a late start? I guess she did. Well, it's on Teo again. And there's an Ogre. The Summer Maru did not trigger Rod. Ogre's in front, she doesn't get her unique. Teo. Come on, Teo. Come on, Teo. Ah, she ran out of stamina! It's Spez's fault. We don't have fucking Gourmand. Oh, our poor girl. Just use wit deck. Uma is a wicked. True. True. I don't think there's enough skill points for a competent front post update. I don't know. I feel like, I guess we'll see when Unity Cup is out and when the changes do get put in. I think, oh my god. It's a good thing there are no other fronts, I guess. What the fuck is going on? I think there are a lot of skills now that fronts want early race. But I think you can still see good results even if you don't get all of them. And if we are seeing skill point issues where you can't get all of them, I think like the general... Jesus, that was close. The general level of power on the fronts is still gonna be high enough that they're still good. I think they have a lot of additional tools that are available to them, but you don't need them all. Especially because we just won't be able to afford everything. That's a lot of greens, whoa. You wouldn't play Creek if I would. I 100% would. I have said very mean things to Creek. Yep, I've done it. You didn't hear it though. I said them in my head. The CM is actually very competitive. I think this is the most we have lost in a CM since Taurus Cup. Which is fitting because it is a medium CM. Maybe we're just bad at medium. Heard you blaming Spev for it's because she didn't give us Gourmand. But it's okay, because I have to keep saying it now so that she hears it and then needs to prove me wrong when we retrain the Teo. That Ogre shouldn't catch us with this big of a gap. That was not a bad Ogre at all. No issue saying it out loud at first. Well, if I don't talk about her, then it's like I'm neglecting her. I'm saying so much about her because I want her to feel like I keep her in my mind. I need to let her know that. Otherwise, she's gonna think that I don't care about her at all and that I'm ignoring her, and then she's just never gonna give us Gourmand ever for the rest of our life. Looks like Maya missed groundwork there. Which is fine, because again, we're the only fronts in this lobby. Although this gap has gotten pretty wide, Maya's fallen back quite a bit. Which is okay as long as Mari's performing well. That is not a bad showing from her at all. Good job, Marzen. Because you hate— I don't hate Spat! I love Spat! I talk about her like every stream. Why would I talk about somebody I hate that much? That's Pete's. Interesting. Yeah, I'm very excited to see what things end up looking like, especially for here's our last set. So we've gone 3-4-4 today so far. Maybe we can see a 5 here? That would be cool. I think the balance changes dropping early are really exciting because it puts the game in a really interesting state. I think there's gonna be a lot more experimenting with stuff over the next few weeks, the next few CMs. And I think it's also just made a lot of characters a lot more competitive. Which is very cool. Especially like getting the no stopping me buff while we're still in Unity Cup is kind of crazy. Where we can actually just get it for free. Or not for free, you still have to spend skill points on it, but you're guaranteed to get it from the scenario. That's pretty awesome. Oh, this is looking like another Marzen win. Smack talk Spat every time I've been here almost. Well, it's because she's it's very relevant to what we've been seeing the last few streams. And I'll be very nice to Spat tomorrow when she gives us Gourmand. Or we'll take her out of the deck. Maybe we'll just get enough stamina that we only need to run Maestro. We're putting Rico in the deck. But I guess if we were gonna get enough stam, we would just drop Cafe instead. Drop Cafe for Rico. Oh my god, they both late start. They're both fucking dead! Oh my god, where are you? Oh no! Maya got up. Okay, go Maya. What a terrible race. Oh, this is such an awful one. Maya's gonna pull ahead here, but it doesn't matter because Marzen's gonna pull back in front with her unique. It's on Teo. Teo got hit with Murmur. We're fucked. This is so... Oh my god, and she's stuck! Teo! Oh no! What the fuck was this? That was so awful! What happened? Oh my god. Well, it's good that that happened here and not in the finals. We get the bad luck out now. Your respect is conditional. Let me, here, I'll say something nice about Spe to balance out the negativity. Oh my god, Marzen, have a normal start, please. I'm gonna cry. Spe's a fantastic friend. I really respect and appreciate how much Spe cares about the people who are around her, even when it comes, as a detriment to herself. It is good to see how much she is willing to support the people around her. I love that for her. There you go, my kind, heartfelt words to Special Week. Shadow agrees on our tail. Doesn't feel like Spec cares for her friends when she doesn't give Goron. Whoa! Whoa! I'm not the one saying that, but I She probably just doesn't think of me as a friend. That's the problem. She just hates me in particular. Has Maya won a race today? She's won at least once, yeah? One of the earlier ones. We have 2 more left. We can still go 15 out of 20 if these last 2 go well. And that puts us at the same amount of wins as yesterday. A little worried here about this other Marzen. I always get worried whenever we don't see the other Marzensky trigger Restless, because then it means that they're on 1 gold recovery, and if they have a strong mid game, then we get spooked. Teo is struggling, but that's okay, because Marzensky wins it. Is a blocker front just power wit? Yeah, pretty much. You just pump your power and wit as high as you can. Load up with early and mid-race skills that get you in the lead and hold your lead. The reason that Bakshin was touted as being such a good blocker is she has a unique that triggers in a pretty good position that helps her to either overtake, or if somebody's trying to overtake her and is blocking her on the side, then she triggers it and denies them their overtake. Falco as well was a really good blocker in Cancer Cup because she had her unique, the early race on the straight, which kind of just cements a lead as long as she is able to get it off. And then if she holds the lead into the quarter, then it's a lot harder to complete the overtake on her. So they're both particularly nice options because they have uniques that help them to either get the lead or hold on to their lead. Someone like Die with Scarlet can do a similar thing as well, especially with the unique changes now, because she can trigger her unique in first or second. Same with Falco as well. They don't have to be in first anymore. They trigger it in first or second. I saw some people talk about Blocker McQueen, because her unique is on Cancer Cup was a mid-race speed skill, because it's that final quarter speed skill. But there's difficulty building a McQueen for Mile, because you have to win Spring Tenno show in her career. Okay, we do go 15 out of 20. That's good enough. That's good enough. 75%, that's good enough. We had some disasters happen too, so. And we've seen, I would say, generally pretty well-built characters in a lot of the rooms that we've been doing too. We've been seeing some good Umas. So I'm feeling okay about where we're at. Would have been nice if we could have gotten a 5 win, or 2, or 3 for the extra carrots, but it is what it is. We make it to finals, which isn't really a worry, but it's still good to see that we get there, and hopefully we'll just not have bad luck when we are in finals. That would be the other hope. It doesn't have to, yeah, it doesn't have to specifically be Bakshin. She's just a good option because her unique is good. You can still do blocker stuff as well, even if their unique isn't helpful. It's just, if they have a unique that triggers at a good time that helps them either take or hold their lead, then they perform better. I didn't look at doing any blocker stuff on my end for Cancer Cup, and I'm not planning to for Virgo either. I also don't think we really ran into many blockers that at least worked effectively in Cancer Cup that I can remember. I think there was only one race where a Bakshin overtook us on the corner because L pulled up on the side of them early and then got their unique off that way. And I think that was the only time that we ever saw any issue. And I don't even know if they were on a blocker build. It might have been an ace Bakshin. I personally had an issue with Blocker Falco as an idea, though. I don't think Blocker Falco was worth it at all for Cancer Cup. I think if you're gonna go through the process of getting turf sparks on her and getting groundwork and greens, you might as well just make her an ace. The Bakshin blocker stuff makes a little bit more sense, because at least the turf sparks you don't have to deal with. But I haven't looked at how blockers perform on Virgo at all either. Or how, now that we have Runaway, if people are gonna try doing Runaway blocker Suzuka, it'll be interesting to see how that ends up playing out. A short one today! We got our races done. We will do more races, maybe not tomorrow. We have day 2 tomorrow, but Unity Cup drops tomorrow. Unity Cup drops tomorrow. I'll be live at probably a little before 5 p.m. Eastern time. We'll do a career with Nice Nature in Unity Cup so that we can experience the Unity Cup story with her. And then we will do some deck testing with Teo. We'll see where we get with the deck testing. If stuff goes all right, then we'll just burn our borrows and see what we can get. We might pull for Rico a bit. I don't know. Maybe we'll see. I think we probably find an MLB Rico to borrow and just do that to start, and then maybe we get lucky. Maybe we get 5 Ricos in our first free 10 pull too. That could happen. That could be nice. And then we'll just have our own. But yeah, I'll be live tomorrow. We'll do Unity Cup stuff. It'll be fun. It'll be good. And I'm gonna go finish up slides and then record this November Uma video thing. Should be out in the morning. Hopefully. Hopefully. It better be. Good night, bye-bye! Bye-bye, bye-bye. Bye-bye, bye-bye.